Hello friends, let's discuss CAT 2023 slot 1 set number 3. Let's read the information. Faculty members in a management school can belong to one of four departments, that is finance and accounting, marketing strategy, operations and quant, and behavioral human resources. So there are four departments. So one is, you can say, finance and accounts, M&S, O&Q, and P&H. Great. And the number of faculty members in F&A, M&S, O&Q, and BHS are 9, 7, 5, and 3 respectively. So in F&A, there are 9 faculty members. In M&S, 7. O&Q have 5 members, and B&H has 3 members. Okay, so altogether 16, 24 faculties are there. Now, Professor Prakasri, Professor Qureshi, Ramaswamy, and Professor Samuel are 4 members of the school's faculty who were candidate for the post of dean. So I think there is a post of dean for which these 4 people are contesting, and only one of the candidate was from P&Q. So out of these 4 people, one is a candidate from O&Q department. The rest of them could be, some of them could be from F&A, some of them could be M&S. That we have to figure out. Every faculty member, including the 4 candidates, voted for the post. So I think all the 24 faculty member voted. Whether you are contesting the election or not, everyone voted. In each department, all the faculty members who were not candidate voted for the same candidate. That's an interesting point. It means, like from O&Q, one of the faculty is contesting the election. Rest 4 faculty are not contesting. Now all 4 of them will vote for the same candidate, right? So you can say 1 plus 4. Now similarly from F&A, if suppose one is a contestant or contesting the election, then rest 8 will vote together. Or if there is no one who is contesting from F&A, then all the 9 will vote for the same candidate. And there are certain rules that are given. There cannot be more than 2 candidates from a single department. So from one particular department, you can have maximum 2 candidates. Okay. A candidate cannot vote for himself or herself. So candidate is voting, but not for himself or herself. Faculty members cannot vote for a candidate from their own department. So I can't vote a candidate from my own department. So like these 4 members of O&Q cannot vote for the professor who is from O&Q. Now, Professor P received total 3 votes. Okay. So, P got 3 votes. Similarly, Q got 14 votes. Professor R got 6 votes. And S got 1 vote. Okay. Then further it says, Professor P voted for Professor R. So, this Professor P, 1 vote he got of R. So he's getting 1 vote from R, and rest of the 2 votes should come from one particular department. Similarly, Professor Q voted for Professor S. So S is getting 1 vote of Q. And since he is getting only 1 vote, so you can say he is getting 0 vote from any other department candidate. So I think a faculty of F&A, M&S, and O&Q and BH are not voting for S. Only S is getting 1 vote of Q. R voted for Q. So Q is getting 1 vote from, Professor P voted for R. I'm sorry, I should have written it correctly. P got 1 vote of R. And then Q voted for S. S got a vote of Q. R voted for Q. So Q got a vote of R. While P got, it's my bad. So now let me just correct it. So now that way P got the vote of S. Q got the vote of R. R got the vote of P. And S got vote of R. So I think Q would have received 13 votes from the professors of other department who were not contesting the election. And similarly, P would have got 5 votes from the department. Okay. Now I can figure out this 2. From where this 2 would come. 2 cannot come from F&A, because if F&A had 1 or 2 faculty member contesting for the election, then Either 8 or 7 people will vote together for one candidate. Now that candidate cannot be P. Why? Because P is getting only 2 votes from the non-contesting faculty. Similarly, this cannot come from M and S. It can only come from B and H. So I think these 2 votes are coming from B and H. So in that way, I can say there is one candidate who is one contestant from B and H department is also contesting to the post of dean. One is for ONQ. Now let's look at how this 5 would come. Now I'm sure that 5 cannot come from FNDA. So FNDA's member will definitely vote for Q because FNDA's either 8 or 7 member would vote. Now R is getting 5 votes, so this cannot be FNDA. Now can this be ONQ? Because ONQ only 4 members are voting. So I think ONQ also cannot come. Otherwise, from where you will get one more votes. So I think ONQ will also come. So candidate of 4 non-contesting professor of ONQ will vote for Q. In that case, if this value is to be 13, then FNDA's all 9 candidates will vote for. So it clearly means there is no professor of FNDA who is contesting the election. In that case, 2 professors from NDES are contesting the election. So now we know that from FNDA, no professor is contesting the election. From MNDES, 2 professors are conducting. Those 2 professors, who are those 2 professors? That we will decode after some time. But from here, rest of the 5 people are voting for. So R is getting 5 votes from the faculty of MNDES that is not contesting the election. So now we have decoded like P is getting 1 vote of S plus 2 votes of faculty from B and H. Q is getting R's vote as well as out of 13 votes is getting 9 votes from FNDA and 4 votes of ONQ. And similarly, R is getting 1 vote of P and he is getting 5 votes from the faculty of MNDES department that is not contesting for the post of dean. And similarly, S is getting only 1 vote of Q, is not getting any other vote. Now, who could be those 2 members that are from MNDES department? So now since there are 4 professors, if you know like out of 4, if you have to make the combination of 2, so I can make these 6 combination PQ, PR, PS, QR, QS and RS. So either P and Q could together be from MNDES or P and R. Now we'll see. Now since IS is voting for P, now it is clearly written that you are not voting for the person of the same department. So P and S cannot work together. So this option is gone. Similarly, Q and R cannot be from the same department because R is voting for Q. So Q and R is also gone. P and R is also cannot be from the same department. And with the same logic, S and Q. So there are 2 possibilities, either PQ or RS. But we can clearly say that P voted for R. P voted for R. That's absolutely right. And Q voted for S. That's fine. R voted for Q and S voted for P. So now P and S cannot be together. R and Q also cannot be together. P and R cannot be together. QS. Now either P and Q both will be from MNDES department and or R and S can be from the MNDES department. But R cannot be from MNDES department. Why? Because he is getting 5 votes from MNDES department. So you can't vote for the candidate of your own department. So in that way, R and S is also eliminated. So what are we left with is PQ. So I think we can clearly say that PQ are the professor from MNDES. So I'll write over here. P and Q are professor from MNDES who are contesting for the post of dean. Now one candidate is contesting for ONQ. Now it could be either R or it could be S. And from B and H, it could be S or R. So that is how we can decode this question. Now we have done all the analysis that was possible. So what I can do is we can directly go to the question. I'm erasing this part so that we can look at our questions. So let's go to the first question of this particular set. Which two candidates can belong to same department? So we've already decoded that is P and Q. So the answer will be option number 1. So for question 11, option 1 is the correct answer. Next question. Which of the following can be the number of votes that Q received from a single department? So Q received 9 votes as well as 4 votes. So 9 is the option that has been given. So for this question, option 4 is correct. Let's look at the next set. If Professor S belong to B and H. Now for this particular statement, S comes from B and H. So for this case, S is from BH and R will become from M and Q, and P and Q will become M and S. So how many statements are true? P belongs to M and S. That is absolutely true. R belongs to O and Q is also absolutely true. So I think I would say both the statements are true. So option 1 is the correct answer for this one. Look at the next one. What best can be concluded about the candidate from O and Q? So from O and Q, either R or S. So you have to take option number 4. Either Professor Ramaswamy or Professor S could be from O and Q. So from question number 14, option 4 is correct. And let's look at the last question of this set. Which the following statement is true? Non-candidate from M&S voted for Professor Q. Non-candidate from M&S voted for R. So first is false. Non-candidate from F&A voted for Professor Q. That is absolutely right. So I think second statement B is correct. So option 3 is correct. So that's it for this set.